Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day. And, you know, we're a little late to videos today because we were celebrating Memorial Day.
Yep.
And, you know, like most Americans, we celebrate Memorial Day unless you work for Comic Book Resources.
Yeah.
And then you use Memorial Day to tear down Captain America.
Right, because, you know, he's problematic.
He's problematic. So, but to be honest, I don't know if this author is American or not, but it does seem kind of crappy.
Yeah.
Crappy to take pot shots at Captain America on Memorial Day.
Why not Captain Marvel?
Why not Captain Marvel?
Can't you know, tear that one apart on Memorial Day.
International Women's Day, I expect a hit piece on Captain Marvel.
That's right.
I absolutely do. So we had a couple people on Twitter send this to us. You actually saw it earlier.
I did.
And
we saw it before people sent it to us.
Yeah, we weren't able to get any place where we could record a video on it, but I'm not surprised at all. I wish I could say I was surprised. There are a lot of people working in and around comics, working in the industry and working as journalists that really seem to hate truth, justice, and the American way.
Right.
So, you know, we saw this a couple of years ago with one G.I. Joe writer making some crappy comments on 9/11. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
You know, absolutely.
We always say that.
Freedom of speech.
Yep.
That is an American thing. But we're also entitled to be able to
say you're full of crap.
Yeah, say you're full of crap. So this is Comic Book Resources. This is not generated by the Comic Book Resource Headline Generator app. No. Which is beyond parody.
It would be 5 reasons why he wasn't a hero, or 5 reasons why he was selfish.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's 5 reasons why he was selfish. So Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America. He was selfish. Marvel really seems to hate Captain America these days. I mean, they really do. In a lot of the comics, I mean, they turned him into a Nazi, basically. And they've been just kind of dragging him through the mud. I think.
Well, it's because he's a dude.
He's a dude, and he's a symbol of America.
Right, and we can't have that.
We can't have that. It's problematic.
We're going to turn around the other characters in America just because that's supposed to be the representation of America.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to do another character called Captain America. Captain America. Right. And he'll look like Trump because they're completely obsessed with Trump these days over at Marvel. Anyway, Captain America is one of the most important characters in Marvel history. Without him, many of the great stories of the Marvel Universe would not happen. He is central to the entire framework of Marvel storytelling. Captain America is emblematic of justice, honesty, and perseverance, making him the ultimate combination of the American ideal. However, the decision for Steve Rogers to become Captain America is inherently selfish.
He's all those things, which is good, but he's a guy, which is bad.
It is. Now, I'm going to say I'm not completely, I don't think they're completely wrong. I mean, he did, want to be a super soldier, right? But he wanted to fight for his country.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he had to be the right kind of person for them to even consider using it. I mean, the dude, even though he's a scrawny little, whatever, jumped on a grenade. He thought it was going to blow everybody else up and wanted to save them all. He had the heart and the courage that he needed, even if he wasn't physically to the position they wanted him to be.
Yeah, so he's more...
Oh, but you missed the really important part. Here, he's talking about he was rejected because of his small stature and health issues. Then he was invited to join the Super Soldier program. They said, removing the context of what he would become, the decision is selfish.
Okay, removing the context of what he would become. Okay, this is the thing. It's a comic book.
Rather than contribute in ways that best suited him, whether it's stay in your own lane... Like people who should, not write for, blogs and should instead do, little self, promotion pieces or something like that. Stay in your own lane if you can't write blog articles. He chose to go under experimental treatments to artificially enhance himself. Here.
Steve's choice to become Captain America is fetishizing the hyper-masculine rather than an innate desire to do good for his country.
So all his good heart, all the reason he wanted to join the military. But you have to remember, too, they're not looking at it at the time period. They keep looking at it from their glasses now, not their glasses then. Just like after 9/11, a lot of people signed up because that was, they felt like strongly that they wanted to do something. So him not being able to do something to him was like, horrible. Like, it's as if, you couldn't post what you wanted to post about on Twitter. It was the most horrible thing possibly imaginable.
I know, right?
Your activism, it's as if you couldn't do your activism on Twitter because you were too skinny or you were too white or too male. So then instead, he decided to be in this program. It wasn't about a fetish, about hyper masculine.
Isn't this, I mean, they're projecting. Isn't this body shaming?
I mean, well, no, because it's not body shaming because you're not making fun of fat people. But if he was fat, it would be okay.
Okay.
If he had America's ass is.
Asses.
That would be all right.
I gotta say, Comic Book Resources is acting like America's ass.
Yeah, I agree.
Here on Memorial Day, right? This is a bold claim against America's golden boy, yet the context matters.
Context does matter, but oftentimes you guys don't put it in context.
Steve is unfit to serve on the front lines. It's tough and hurtful, but the reality of the situation. If his concern was truly how he could best serve his country, he would accept his station in life and make the most of it.
Says the people who are like going on about how it's so brave and heroic when people put something out there because it's not something that everybody sees every day, but because they're not accepting where their station is and they want to go out and do more, and they should, and everybody should support women or She-Ra or all this shit because they say so.
No, just stay down. Stay down.
Which side is it?
Don't try to be any more than you are.
Wait, that's not true. If you're a woman or LGBTQ, you go do more than you are. If you're a white, straight dude, you better stay down.
You're fetishizing the military. I love it. Anybody that...
No, they're fetishizing the idea of being a buff man.
Yeah, but this is the thing that gets me too. They're really reaching. I've seen this all the time when you've got sites like this or Twitter taking pot shots at like G.I. Joe or anything that's like what they consider to be hyper masculine. Mm-hmm. And it's always like, oh my God, you're just a bunch of military fetishists.
But then you have She-Ra, which was hyper feminine, and they took it away and made her look like a boy. So they made She-Ra masculine and took her hyper feminist approach down to make it so they wanted it, to where they wanted it. So Captain America has to basically look like a She-Ra version of Captain America, where he's more femme and less muscular and more scrawny, but he's got a good heart.
He's got to be Captain Hipster. He's got to have a man bun and skinny jeans, and he's going to serve his country by dishing out hot social justice on Twitter.
That's right. But the thing about Captain America that made it, the thing about Captain America that made him awesome was the fact that, he was all those things before he was. It wasn't like being big Captain America made him those things. He was those qualities before he was Captain America.
Well, you could say how he pictured himself, how he pictured his body internally was different than the way the rest of the world perceived his body. So he had to change his body to fit the image of himself in his mind.
There you go. So that's crazy talk there, man.
That is crazy talk, because in his mind, this is who he was. So now
that's what he wanted to be.
So he went through these medical experiments to become the man that he saw in his own head.
Right. But
shouldn't that be applauded?
No, because it's a dude.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with being hypermasculine if you see yourself as being hypermasculine. That's not a fetish.
No, that's and you know how hard it is to look like that. It wasn't like it's not like an easy thing, people.
Yeah, I tried. But then they had this really good Mexican place next door to the gym. I'm not kidding. They did. I worked at a gym. I actually worked at a gym for years. I used to work out like 2 hours a day. And I would have been thinner. I was pretty buff, but I would have been thinner. But damn it, they had these super burritos. And they were so good. I just couldn't help myself. So, altruism is bad. Altruism is bad, too. Captain America is known for his altruism and his willingness to sacrifice everything for what he believes to be right, yet there is something selfish within that, because Cap's altruism is in what he believes and nothing else.
Oh my God, really? It's what he believes and nothing else.
Yeah.
He will fight anyone who opposes his worldview, including his friends. Well, I think you'd be applauding this, because that's what we see on Twitter every day. Because you can't be friends with somebody if they think differently than you, according to certain extremists on Twitter.
So let me get this straight, because this is sticking by your guns. This is called sticking by your guns. I have more respect for somebody who I vehemently disagree with if they are so passionate about their beliefs that they're willing to defend them and that they don't keep flip-flopping on what they believe. Now, I'm not talking about people who, maybe come around to another way of thinking through life experiences or whatever. I'm talking about people that deliberately flip-flop. This person who wrote this article just sounds very, very bitter, very, very anti-American, and just wants to troll. That is comic book resources.
But yeah, this whole thing, and you fight against anybody who opposes his worldview, including his friends. That's Twitter. That is Twitter. The extremist Twitter in a nutshell.
Yeah. So just look at the catastrophic violence that breaks out in Civil War comic arc and the film. These events happen because Cap is uncompromising and nothing will shake his worldview.
Twitter.
But at the end, though, Captain America was right. And, here's the thing. People today don't like to hear this. They like to hear that they're right and everybody else is wrong, right? But, sometimes you can't hug it out. Sometimes you can't talk it out.
Yeah, sometimes you can't make the bad guys be good just by friendship and hugs.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
You can't turn them all to your side as your friends.
Nope. Sometimes you gotta fight. Sometimes you gotta fight for what's right.
I love how these shows make the bad guys all good because they want to be friends and their friendship brings them around. But in reality, they'd be the first one to quote unquote punch people and everything else because they're calling them names even if they aren't those things just because they disagree with them. So it's a load of shit anyway. It's just a big lie no matter how you slice it.
Captain America was designed by a couple of guys who served in the military. They're not fetishists. They don't have a military fetish. They actually fought actual Yahtzees. Did you fight actual Yahtzees? No, you didn't. You sat at your keyboard and cranked out this article for like $5 on Memorial Day. On Memorial Day. So this is Ron Garney. The requirement that we stand up for what we believe no matter the odds or consequences, Cap says, Amazing Spider-Man. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. This quote was adapted in the film. Quote also highlights Cap's tendencies to respond to things with violence. In fact...
Actually, this sounds a lot like Twitter to me.
It does, right? In fact, Cap is an impulsive person. His first response to opposition is to beat it down. The beautiful side of selfishness. This may seem like condemnation, but it's not. After all, not everything Cap does is selfish. Not everything selfish he does is bad. Look, everybody's...
I'm sorry. We're talking in circles.
We're talking in circles. So the whole point was...
Because you have a toxic masculinity, he's super aggressive.
He's super aggressive, but reality is... you're not psychoanalyzing.
A comic book character may seem trite. Yes, it does. But there are good reasons to do so. Because you want hits. For one, it makes Captain America more human. No, I think you're just projecting a whole shit ton of stuff on here. He's a fictional character. Yeah, he is. But he's also an important icon for many people. So we got to make sure we take him down a peg so that everything is wrong with him because he's a toxic man. He's the golden standard many fans want to live up to. I mean, you're not taking the veneer away. You're just making yourself look like an asshole on Memorial Day. On
Memorial Day, yeah. Again, this is not surprising at all.
I hope it helps them understand the character better because this is their opinion. Because their opinion helps to understand the character better. The comments are lovely.
All right, here we go. Here are the comments. Another anti-male, anti-American, pseudo-intellectual hit piece. Shame on CBR for publishing this trash on Memorial Day. Absolutely. Reading this. It's actually a good one, in-depth article. If you look past the title. Okay, so there we go. I hate people writing negative attack comments, but this article deserves nothing but that. One effing imbecile this writer is. They're everything wrong in today's society.
Yeah, they're basically what they're saying the problem with Captain America is everything we see on Twitter.
Tim Bland, selfish. Steve had the heart of a lion, but he had the body of a lamb.
Yep, he mentioned it too.
Yep. Who did?
This Tim Bland. He said he dived on what he thought was a live grenade. Yes.
Yeah. The man had more heart than most people before he was empowered. That is someone that soldiers want with them on the front lines. With super soldier serum, he could do more.
Right.
One more thing. Actually allowing him... This is true. He could have died. He could have died taking the serum. Wow, this is pretty gross on Memorial Day. Great job sinking to a new low CBR. This shouldn't surprise anybody. Again, we saw this. This is a mindset of a lot of people working in and around comics right now. It used to be the comics were very, there's a reason Superman was truth, justice, and the American way. Comic books were very American. A lot of characters were very American, and now it's
we take
really
the most American character and we try to make them look like a
and we shit on them. We did it with G.I. Joe too. The guy writing G.I. Joe took a shit on people who were grieving 9/11. This shouldn't surprise anyone because we basically have a bunch of anti-American activists working in and around the comic book industry. And look, you can have your opinions. People died. Actual people got killed, went to war and got killed. So you can have
actual war, not Twitter.
Actual war, not social media. Actual war. And they got killed, so you have the right to be stupid on social media.
We usually don't call names, but this one warrants. You're full of shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This was, and everything you're saying that Captain America is something you should be applauding because on Twitter, that's how these people behave.
Yep. For real on Memorial Day. Yeah. Now imagine the violent outrage the person who wrote this would be spewing if Captain America was female and they read the exact same article. Comrade, Captain America is evil, selfish capitalist. Yep. This is one of the dumbest things I've read in a long time. Welcome to CBR.
Just come back tomorrow and they'll have another article just as dumb. Amen.
Absolutely.
We don't have to read all of these, but yeah. The
CBR really need the hate click so bad they attack one of the most patriotic heroes in pop culture on Memorial Day.
Yes, clearly. Yes. They apparently do.
They do. They actually deleted this guy's comments, I guess. They questioned the author's motivations, probably the reason they were not printed. These are kind of that's happened to you before too, hasn't it?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I had comments that disappeared. I don't know why, but they did. But yeah, so I'm not gonna read all the comments. But it's just you can go there and read if you want to. It's just today of all days, if you're gonna write this article, this would not be the day to do it.
Yeah, this is not the day to do it. But again, we know that the comic book industry and CBR in particular does not have any sense of decorum. I don't think they're going to be around much longer, to tell you the truth. This is pretty damn desperate.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay, so happy Memorial Day. Just ignore this trash and continue celebrating.
That's right.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.